I was just reminiscing about an incident experience, and it made me think about how important it is to call things into our experience rather than just waiting around. The power of our voice, the command that we have over our reality. Now, the incident in question was uh, late September or late October, I don't know. Yeah, tail end of last year, I suffered an extreme injustice. I'm not going to tell the story, it's already been told. But somebody attacked me and tried to end my life, as far as I am concerned, as far as I am aware. Anyway, the police were called. I was the only one that got arrested, then released without further action to be on the streets with no concern. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, I stayed in a hotel that night, and the next day I was furious and I was chatting to somebody about it, and I was talking about how justice will be served, and I was getting very passionate, and I said to this man, I am calling in divine justice. And as I said justice, I pointed my finger. And immediately we heard a car crash out on the road, and we went to check, and a police car had crashed. So justice is always coming, but there are forces at play that delay, obstruct justice. Ironically enough, but no shock, no surprise, it's the justice system which does this, because we live in an inversion and the justice system is far from just. Anyway, it made me remember the importance of including things like this in our prayers. You know, when we pray, it's not just about going to a vending machine and typing in all the codes to get all the aspects of our dream life handed to us on a plate. We should always have truth, righteousness, and justice in mind when we call forward assistance, when we bring something down from heaven to this earth plane, which is what praying is. Because if it is from God, from source, then it is our birthright. If it is not, it's still from God, but it just comes through the avenue of the devil. Those prayers, the ego desires, will come a lot more easily to humans, and they'll credit God, but it's not the real God. So yes, justice for my life and for all. Ultimately, the world we live in is far from a level playing field. There are ivory towers and pyramid structures, man-made towers of Babel, high and mighty, high seat. In the book of Ephesians in the Bible it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness in high places. And yeah, the spiritual wickedness doesn't even necessarily appear as a spiritual wickedness, rather a physical, mental or emotional wickedness. Any type of bondage, any type of slave and master, any type of dependency is unjust, because we are all equal. So, in the background since then, I know that even though a few weeks later I went into the same police station to check that they were doing their job and that they had saw it correct, deemed it fit to investigate the words that I gave in evidence during an interview, that a man did indeed try to end my life, or at least physically attack me. When I was told that the case had been closed and that they didn't deem it fit to investigate further, then I knew that was the day that I stopped trying to get justice or to fight for what is correct, and to just sit back and get on with my life and allow true divine justice, which sits above these fucking masons in their silly wigs covering their head so God can't see them. Courtrooms might as well have chessboard floors. Just a silly game, a power struggle. The moment you agree to being a name, they have got you. Well, I'm not a name. But in my life, it's deeper than that. That was just the cherry on the top. That was just the pièce de la résistance, which turned me French, apparently. That's a different issue. But hammered home the fact that true justice in this life is to live a calm, peace, heart-centered life without any concern for any of the chaotic disturbance which can be going on out there, which is, again, just a reverberation of the injustice that's happened since day dot, since man learnt to speak and hoard resources and hide and be secretive and deceptive. So, in my life, a lot, and I mean, to the point where I don't even know how much has been obscured from me, veiled, kept from me. My true identity, my bloodline, my parentage, even, has all been kept from me for a very specific reason. And it's because of what I represent. It's because of my ancestry. It's because of the past lives that I've lived. It's because of my soul. I remember my mother telling me that when I was little, a psychic woman told her something about me, but she never did tell me what it was, what this prophecy was. And that can just be tacked onto the list of other things that were kept from me by my parents. Not because they are consciously evil, but because that is the family my soul agreed to be incarnated amongst. Not necessarily even in the name of waking people up, but just for the experience, for my soul. I have no business with humans who cannot be truthful. Truth cannot exist too long in a room full of illusion. Either the room becomes infused with truth, wholly, or truth says, okay then, I'll just be right and correct over here somewhere, where it may be more beneficial. Now, there is an inheritance due to me that has been kept from me. A house. When I was forced / definitely wholeheartedly chose to live on the streets and get absolutely torn apart and broken down to nothingness. which was a wonderful blessing, but at the time, it wasn't too delicious, you know. I was not having a fun time. And I got through it because of truth, because of righteousness, because of God, and because of love, you know. The kindness of strangers, assistance from the universe, and also the courage that comes with being faced to quote unquote go it alone, to get kicked out of the tribe, so to speak, is the most golden gift you could ever receive, because it allows one to conquer their fear of death, which is what that would have meant not too long ago. Anyway, let's hammer home the point, right? Justice is ours. It's here. And if it's not here, Black Cat, it very soon will be. May all be